Learn about crypto and get paid as you learn with Coinbase Earn.
This is Dabu7. We've been through a lot since the beginning of 2020, and now things are ratcheting up even more. Deadlines have been put in place for not only our military, but now for any business with 100 employees or more. They must make the people bow down or they're going to get fined by the government. And this in turn is causing people to quit their jobs en masse. We are witnessing a truly historic event happening right in front of our eyes. And when you tie this in with the supply chain issues, it's compounding the issues, it's making them worse. And obviously, if there's not people working in all these different places, things are not going to get done. What we're about to see is the government extending its program to individuals where people are living off the government, where they are sending them food tickets, food stamps, as they already have. As all these people that don't have a job anymore need something. But here's the thing, all those people that are expecting the food stamps and all this, you're going to have to get the jab to hold those down at some point. It's all coming. We see the shelves thinning out left and right. And some states may say, hey, we've got it okay here, Texas, Florida, other places. But if you can't get goods in, say, North Carolina, milk, chicken, things of that nature, this is going to expand to those other states, no doubt about it. We're already seeing places where gas lines are very long, or they're rationing the gas. It's happening right here in my own neck of the woods, yet the headlines are saying nothing. Don't expect them to. I hope you got gas for the winter and you're stocked up fully. You go to some of these stores, they don't even have bags to carry your goods out. Say, bring your own. They say, oh, we have no meat. Eat veggie burgers. Are y'all ready? Are y'all paying attention? Does everybody see what's happening? Or are you in some place you're like, oh, the shelves are stocked, life's good, so you don't care about no one else? You don't think that this isn't going to catch up to you? The people come from out the shadows. Whose side are you on? It's time to choose. Right now.
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakodash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Noah's in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's the Akia Mahalaya coming back with another lesson. Lord's will be edifying. This is a video by Dabu7 titled Get Ready for Food Rationing. Do you have a plan for what's coming? All right, now you have to understand that new mandates or deadlines have been put in place for January 4th. Everybody that have over 100 employers or employees have to get the YOP, so to speak. They have already mandated it for the children between 5 and 11, and I'm looking at the CNN story, which CNN is folly. But it says 9-year-old shares plans after receiving the jab. So 9-year-old, man, not even still a kid, a young kid at that. Now, you got this guy by the name of Aaron Rodgers that lied about it, okay? And if you notice, they're not really playing it like that. They downplaying it. But when this guy, what's his name? This guy, what's this dude's name? Fuck, slipped my tongue. But my man Kyrie Irving, they've been on this man's heels for damn near a month now, But yet this guy Aaron Rodgers, he lied about his status, and all of a sudden, they talking about it, but it's gonna pretty much go under the radar, and then you're not gonna hear about it no more. So to show you how they feel about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But anyway, man, things are getting ready to get real, okay? And this man's kingdom is finished. He's done. So he's making moves around the clock quickly because he needs this thing to go forth, no matter how many mistakes he's making, no matter how sloppy and how stupid and ridiculous that it sounds. This is going to be the new wave. January 4th, if over 100 people work for your company, you got to get the you-know-what. So I guess I'll be walking away in about a month and a half, so to speak. you know, which I can expect it. Actually, it's a lot farther pushed than I thought. You know, I thought it was going to be by November, but, you know, hey, January 4th look like that's going to be the day that they start rolling out these particular deadline notices, and not, then people are going to get fined, which shows you that this is all going back into the time of Antiochus. Okay, that word draconian. This is what we're facing. This is what we're going through as a people. And, you know, it's biblical prophecy. And, hey, I'm actually pretty happy, because now the faith of the Lord, if you got faith, this is when your faith is going to kick in. You know what I'm saying? Because now the Lord is getting ready to start making moves and intervening in brothers' lives individually and making things happen. While everybody out here is out here going crazy and losing their minds and, you know, not knowing what left from right, you know, praying to their particular gods, the men of the Lord are going to stand out in this day. All right, so you got to keep that in mind. But nonetheless, I had a video. I recorded a video yesterday on my phone, and I was showing the empty containers of the empty containers that is by my place of employment, and there was a full yard full of containers. Now it's not even 100 over there. It's pretty empty. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that shows you that they're controlling the narrative and they're spinning the narrative. You got doctors, you had lawyers, you had nurses, you had all these people, so-called prestige, that was part of these establishments that came forth and brought out the truth to show what the deal was. And yet you still got people acting stupid, man. You know what I'm saying? Acting stupid, acting dumb. You know, and they're getting ready to find out the hard way. But for us, the men in this faith, the real men of the Lord, okay, not you fraudsters out there that's afraid to push the Revelation 13 and 16. You got guys that's blatantly denying that scripture. You got guys that are still saying that it's embargo, it's Christianity, it's talking about X, Y, and Z outside of what it really is. Men like that, you can forget about them, write them off, because the Most High is going to do away with them. But for men like us, we're getting ready to be put to the test, brothers. You know, like we've been speaking on, and the elders have been speaking on, it's coming to a time that, hey, you may have to walk away from everything that you was once attached to. And that's going to be the ultimate trial, because the hour of temptation is nigh. All right. But somehow, some way, that something is going to happen, that the Most High is going to intervene directly. But also with this whole thing with the C-19, somehow it's going to lead into the MOTB. Okay. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm thinking because this whole thing in the world, and I have to say it in that aspect, people are catching on to it. People are noticing the kinks, and a lot of people are waking up to the madness and the folly. So therefore, they have to go with plan B of their phase, or of their plan, phase 2 of their plan, which is some type of attack bigger than that of 9/11, to kind of push this thing forward. Because regardless of it, they're going to push it, and they want the digital currency, they want the MOTB. That's what this is all about. Okay, so they're already getting people in the spirit, being mentally acclimated to go into stores and not being able to buy or sell unless you have certain credentials, certain passes, certain greenlit in order to get in these particular establishments, man. Because some stores are running out of goods. A lot of Walmarts are not selling goods. They're blocking off aisles. You know, there certain Walmarts are just being closed down altogether to turn them into internment facilities. Like this guy Klaus Schwab say, hey, the Great Reset. Advise you brothers to look that up, man. So no matter where you run, where you hide, this thing is going to reach the entire world, because the scriptures say that these plagues were going to come upon the entire world. So you think you go into a particular state that's going to deny this whole thing, you can think again, because, hey, this is getting ready to hit all 50 states, whether the Republican governors believe in it or not. And I echoed that earlier, okay? But, hey, brothers, we got to be in the spirit of Daniel, not bowing down to the image, no matter what happened, because, hey, if you bow down to the image, then, hey, the Lord is going to write you off. You wasn't of the elect, okay? So this is the book of Daniel, the 6th chapter, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, and it pleased Darius to set over the kingdom and 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom. And over these were 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was the first, that the princes must give account unto them, and the king shall have no damage. Right, that's the whole thing about rank and hierarchy and order, about communication, so things can be passed down decently in order. When you have a ranking system, that's where you're able to communicate effectively as the goals at hand for whatever business or camp or whatever thing that you're trying to establish. You go through the chain of command so it can be executed properly, so it can run smoothly. That's the whole concept of rank. That's why it says here that the princes must give accounts to them, and the king shall have no damage, because it goes to from the princes to the presidents, and then all of a sudden it goes up to the king. And it says, then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him. Why? Because he was a man of the Lord. It says, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. And the presidents and the prince sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they can find no occasion or fault. Like right now, man, they have no fault with us. Like at my job, they have no fault with me on anything. You know what I'm saying? Only fault they will have with me is the fact that I'm going to reject their offer. Okay, and I'm not dealing with it. And that's going to turn into a whole plethora of slander. Oh, this guy, man, he's the reason why things ain't going back. And then before you know it, I got a target on my back. Saying that when I say me, I'm speaking for, you know, the entire brotherhood, because all of us brothers that work in a similar fashion, we all going to have that issue. You know what I'm saying? They have no fault with us, no ill will, no beef, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this, the division, this is what they're pushing. And it says here, but they could find no occasion nor fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him. Then these men said, we should not find any occasion against Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his power. Right. Because they knew that he kept the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Okay. And they knew that. So they was like, well, wait a minute. We can't get him on any physical technicality. We can get on him for keeping his commandments to the Most High, because technically he's under us and he shouldn't be bowing down to no invisible God. That's how they feel. And that's the same way that this government feel. They feel like, man, fuck the God of the Israelites. We don't give a shit about this Yahweh Cree. Who the fuck is he? That's what Esau was saying. But he don't understand that the Most High set him up, put him in power. Okay? The Most High put your ass in power, Esau, and you getting ready to fucking lose, bro. This is why you going out all out to try to get people to fall, bow down, and worship your feet, because you know that your time is up. So his mindset, just like a typical nigga, hey, he on in the Nino Brown spirit. Look, if I go down, I'm taking everybody with me. That's his spirit, because he know he's going down. You know, he can't even stop the chariots. He can't even stop the chariots from surfing over his own airspace, let alone you going to try to fight an all-powerful God. You out your mind, man. So therefore, he like, you know what? We got to get as many of his people as we can. And the Lord like, okay, fine, I'll give you a deal. Take the 2/3, but touch not my elect. You can't touch them. You try to touch my elect, then I'm going to have a problem with you, dude. But the 2/3, you already given over into Satan. So, hey, he's like, you can take these niggas. They ain't worthy anyway. I get them back in the kingdom. You know, which proves the word Yahweh Shah says that none of them or none of my hand was lost or plucked out. Roughly paraphrasing, because even among the 2/3, they still the elect, because they're Israelites. And they're going to come back in the kingdom. So really, Esau, you ain't getting nobody but your damn self. All right. And it says, then these presidents and princes assembled together unto the king and said, thus said unto him, King Darius live forever. And all the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains have consulted to establish the royal statute, to make a firm decree that whosoever should ask a petition of any power or God or man for 30 days or save of thee, O king, he should be cast into the den of lions. Okay. So this is what they try to get Daniel on, man. Okay. So it says, now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing. That's a decree. Okay. A law. Now let's look up the word decree. Get that word decree. Yep. Decree goes into asar, which means fuck. I didn't mean to do that. Salakia. Damn. Give me 1 second, man. I lost my... Here we go. Bam. Let's try that again, brothers. All right. So go into the word decree. It goes into Isar, which means indirect decree of restriction. Okay. Aren't we being restricted from entering certain stores without the face condom? Aren't people being ostracized because they didn't receive the the yop? Or decree of restriction. Meaning, oh, well, you can't come in here because it's mandated under county orders that you have to wear a condom before you come into the store. That's a fucking decree, man. Unrighteous one at that. And it says here, And it says, now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing that it be not changed according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which alter it not. Wherefore King Darius signed the writing and decree. And when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chambers towards Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his power as he did aforetime. So you see what he did? He prayed to the Most High, man. Okay? He said 3 times a day, you know, morning, night, afternoon, whatever. But he prayed to the Most High, man. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his power. And they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. It says, has not thou signed a decree that every man should ask a petition of any power or man within 30 days, save thee, O king, should be cast into the den of lions? So you see what they did? They rolled on him. They're like, well, wait a minute, man. You know the deal. You know the deal. You're supposed to do this. You're under the king, and you in a higher position at that. How you not going to bow down to this mandate? Okay, so us as being men of the Lord, brothers that got jobs, is whatever field you work in, man. And if you some type of supervisor or some type of position, or you work some type of government job, we may very well have to deal with this, man. Because the scriptures say that they should deliver us up to kings and magistrates and rulers of the world for a testimony. Okay, and we're coming into those times, the hour of temptation. And how they're going to put people into temptation? By tempting them with the food and with the luxuries of this so-called life that we're not living. Okay, it's all a facade. And it says here, then the king answered and said, the thing is true according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which alter not. Then answered they which said before the king that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity. See, they had to remind him like, look, man, this nigga's a slave. He's really expendable. It says here, then answered they and said before the king that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regarded not thee, O king. You a slave. How you going to disregard what we're saying? And that's the type of sentiment they push on Jake. It says, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but make it his petition 3 times a day. He petitioned to the Most High, man. He made his request known to the Lord. It says, then the king, when he heard these things, was sore displeased with himself, and said in his heart when Daniel to deliver him, and he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. So he came up with certain pitfalls, certain laws, certain traps to set this man of the Lord up, man. And this is what they're gunning for. This is why you see people like Grandmaster Jay, whoever the hell he is, this op. This is why you have Israelites carrying out these so-called T attacks, because they're trying to catch us up in a web that they can put a blame on us, man. But the scriptures say, hey, that the ministry be not blamed, abstain from all evil. Because at the end of the day, brothers, when they grab us up or when they attempt to grab us up, at the end of the day, we may be guilty in the eyes of men and of the heathen, but in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, we're going to be blameless because, hey, we're not doing anything outside of what our power commanded us to do. Okay? And it says here, and the king and these men assembled unto the king and said unto the king, know, O king, that the law of the Medes and the Persians, that no decree nor statute which the king established may be changed. Then the king commanded that they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, thy power, whom thou servest continually, he would deliver thee. And a stone was wrought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, and that purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Okay, so the whole thing was to get Daniel to break. If he would have banged on the rock or the stone and cried out, okay, I'm going to bow down, they probably would have released him. So this is what I'm saying. They're going to try to get brothers to fold through their jobs, through their women, through some form of torture. Hey, however they did it, you know, which a lot of us are not going to be subjected to that on this side. But regardless of it is, man, they're going to try to plague you in your mind first and foremost. You know, hey, we got your family, we got your children, we got your kids that we're going to do X, Y, and Z. So this is just the shit that we're up against, man, as being the men of the Lord, man. And you got to understand that. All right. One last precept. This is the book of Job 27 and 13, because it's going to be to no avail for Esau. It says, this is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High, and the heritage of oppressors, because this is oppression, that they should receive of the Almighty. Okay, so that's his heritage, man. This is what he was set up to do. And it says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring should not be satisfied with bread. Okay, it says, those that remained of him should be buried in death, and his widow should not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust, and to prepare the raiment as clay, he may prepare it, but the just should put it on, and the innocent should devour the silver. Okay, so at the end of the day, man, this new world order that he's establishing, the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is getting ready to destroy it, man. It's only going to go but so far. So anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and above. Lord, so you are edified. Shalom.